I'm back. What up, Ebony?
Hey, how are you?
Fine, fine, rocking and rolling. This is good. This is good.
It'll be fun, dude. Yeah, we're gonna have a few more people should be hopping on soon. We've got a bunch of guests, and yeah, man, we do this every week. It's open to anyone. It's there'll be people from all over, different brokerages, and the cool thing is, I think since whatever, I'll talk about EXP a little bit. But the cool thing about EXP is like now that we're in the business, right, and we all kind of
Yeah,
know we know everyone in the business, right? We all get to play in the sandbox with whichever people we want to play with, right? So like
that's right.
I get to be like, yo, you know what? Like after high school, you're like, yo, that dude was kind of not cool. I don't know why I hung out with that dude, like or whatever.
Yep.
And now it's like, now it's like, dude, we can hang with whoever we want to hang with. And I know this, we're having conversations with people I'm having a conversation right now with like, a dude from another brokerage, another world that I never thought I could align with. And it looks like we're coming close to putting this thing together. And it's really fun. We get to pick and choose who we work with. And that's what I always liked about real estate, right? Because like once you get a little bit of like experience and you get a little bit of confidence, you can pick and choose who you work with, right? Like
It's awesome.
the first client I fired, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be all right. I don't like, anymore. They're like, what? I'm like, I just
Yeah.
decided that I'm
Bye
not.
bye. I use this phrase a lot, Joe. It doesn't look like your motivation matches my ability to sell your home.
Dude, 100%, man, 100%, man. And it's
There's
like,
Catherine.
dude, that's funny, man.
How you doing? Hey, Joe. You know what I've been equating this whole thing to? Our move over to EXP, and I am just as uncomfortable saying I'm not going to talk about EXP the whole time. What I equate this to now is my kids are in school virtually, right? And I am like adamant. I'm one of those parents that are adamant about my kid having the good teacher. I want the best teacher in the school. I want my kid to have the best teacher in the school. Well,
Right.
now virtually, all the kids get to have the best teacher in the school. And it doesn't even have to be the school down the block. It can be the school around the world. I can have the best French teacher in the world teaching my kid French. You know what I mean? Like
That's true. Yeah, 100%.
opportunities are endless. All right, hold on. Let me go stop this robot. I have one of those robot vacuum cleaners, and it just
Right.
started. So
Start
I'll be right
start the
back.
robot, and then we'll start the meeting. Welcome, everyone. We're gonna wait for a couple other people to join in. I'm admitting people as we speak. Cool, man. All right, guys, I'm gonna kind of get started. I'm gonna intro. We here at the Joe Oz Group, we like to start on time and end on time. We've allotted an hour here. We're gonna stop towards the end. We're gonna hit ahas, and we're gonna save your questions kind of for the end if that's cool. We usually give enough time. Although I'll leave it up to Sekou. He's gonna lead this thing. So yeah, I'm Joe. I'm Joe Oz. I have a real estate team. We're at EXP Realty. But that doesn't really matter. What we believe in our organization is we believe that no one succeeds alone. We come from a culture of sharing, and kind of what were talking about is real estate. It kind of sucks to do it by yourself. And we also come from I like to talk about the plus minus equal rule. The plus minus equal rule kind of looks like this. It looks like you should have people. Your plus is the people above you that are your mentors that are helping you get to where they are. The equals those are the people that are doing what you're doing. That's like a shoulder to cry on, shoulder to lean on. Someone to just like bounce ideas off of. You're someone that's your equal in the business that you're in is probably having some of the same challenges that you're having. And then your minus is really it's the people that you need to bring up, right? Because if we're really if we're doing the right thing, I think life is really, really boring. If we're getting up every morning and we're not helping another person, that stuff is really, really boring. And with that being said, this training is open to anyone, any brokerage, any time zone, anyone in the world. We've got people they're pouring it in, man. But yeah, man, that's kind of it. So now I'm going to move quickly into just introducing Sekou, man. Sekou, thanks so much.
What up? What up? What up?
Man, I met Sekou. I remember the first time I met you, dude. There was a panel at a Keller Williams in Brooklyn, and And dude, I remember like I was really out of my element. There was a lot of like mega agents, and you spoke, and then I went up to you afterwards and just to like introduce myself and get in a relationship with you. And I remember you were like, "What's up?" Like who I was. Like, "What's up?" And
It's just a cool ass name. First of all, you meet somebody named Joe Oz. How could you not be like, "Yo, what's up, Joe Oz?"
You know what you taught me? You taught me that really successful people that are operating at a really high level, they want nothing more than to give back and help other people. And then the only people that are judging you are the people who haven't done what you're doing, or they haven't gotten there yet, right? And so like the way you treated me, and then like the people that you introduced me to, and like it just it helps me grow, man. And that's why we're here doing this thing. So I'll let you kind of like give your own bio, man.
Dude, man, my bio is simple, man. I'm an ABC kind of guy. I do things the same way every day. I get up, I plug in, rock and roll for a few hours, make some money, and then go hang out with my family and friends. There you go. There's my reason to be. Unplug the mic. Let's go. We can be out of here.
Wait. What do you do, man? Like, who are you? What do you do, man?
I'm an agent. I've been an agent for about 22 years. I started when I was 2 years old. No, I've been in the business for a while. I have a bunch of kids. I'm a father of 5. So that means I'll never stop working. Right. And the idea is, as an agent, as a business partner, and as a business coach, a real estate coach, my goal is to become the best in the world. Right. I want to be ranked among the top 1% of all coaches and business partners that you can get involved with. I want to be one of the most highly sought after business people that you would want to do a deal with. And in order to get there, my vision is to work with the best agents in the world so that they're constantly spreading the idea and love that we can grow together and we can do good things. I see a couple of people. Amanda's got her kid with her. Karen's in the car, the whole 9 yards. So here's what I want us to really understand and love. It's a noisy world. We should be busy, and it should never be so quiet that we're not doing any business. So my background is a bunch of kids here. I got, kids in school, and the alarm might go off to let me know when it's time for the next class. And I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm not even asking for permission. This is our world now. My bona fides is I'm an agent that believes in high volume selling. I believe high volume selling is between 10 and 12 transactions a month each. I will do anything in my power to generate that type of production and momentum. I'm an old school guy. Like I said, I'm an ABC kind of dude. So I believe in pick up the phone, talk to somebody, set an appointment, close. That's what I believe in. Everything else I believe is an enhancement to making those kind of contacts, those kind of connections, and cementing the relationship. So anybody on this call, if you've done a deal for more than the cost of the pack of the gum, you got on the phone with them, right? You're clicking on links. You're looking for validation of the product and things like that. You're checking on their reviews and things like that. I believe that all of us here has the ability to do 100, 200 transactions a year. All we have to do is just make the decision to do it. So my bio, simple dude, bunch of kids, gotta work, might as well work the most efficient way possible. Is that fair enough?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Absolutely.
I see you over there. I see Haley. What's up? What's up? I see people I know. I see people I've gotten to know. What's up, Karen? I see you, Karen Emmons. What's up? I know my Tonys and my Will. Me and Will was talking crap earlier today before you guys got on. I see Melissa Morales. Look at that smile. Karen's iPad. I saw somebody, Tata's iPhone. What's up, Tata?
Hey.
That's a cool ass name. What up? What up? Is it Gilbert or Hilbert?
Yo, he called Will Hickey Brad Pitt.
Yeah, no, Will is definitely a leading man in a rom-com. What's up, Sam Marks? Sam Marks is about his business. He got the business mustache. Let's go. He's killing it. And Derek, you know what I'm going to say, Derek. You know what I'm going to say. That looks like high maintenance right there. You look like the dude from high maintenance right there. And damn it, I'm already loving
Based
you.
on me.
There you go. I love you already. What's up, Joe Kidding? I don't know who DH is, but that's a very cool font. It looks very cool. Keep that. Thomas Tropia and Ebony. We spoke earlier. Barbara, Erica. Welcome to the Terror Dome. Listen, I am old school. I curse. I yell. I do backflips. I do it all in order to generate business. I have a couple of really fundamental principles that I go by. Number one, I don't take anything personally. So if you disagree with me, push back. We'll have the conversation about it. The second thing is I have given up the need to be right. So all I'm going to be doing is telling you what I do. It is not to say that what you are doing is wrong. So I have given up the need to be right, and I don't take anything personally. The last thing in this whole spiel is that because I've given up the need to be right and I don't take anything personally, I don't intend to offend, right? I do risk making you angry. Is that fair? I don't intend to offend, but I will risk making you angry to get you over the hump. Is that fair?
Fair.
All right. Wow. Joe, how did I do with that bio? I don't know.
You did great. I love that. I have given up the need to be right. That's
Giving up the need to be right. It is absolutely fundamental to existing in this universe. I think what happened yesterday in DC is a bunch of people with the need to be right. And it just, whether you're on the right or the left or anything like that, it doesn't make sense for you to throw, rocks through the windows. There you go. Right? So there you go, Ebony. What's that? Oh, she got the top knot going. What's going on, sis? I see you. All right. So in an effort to make sure that I maintain the respect for your time, right? We have a solid hour. We're going to rock and roll with this quickly. I do not expect you guys to shut up. I expect you guys to push back and get rowdy. Yes, I would like you to save questions for the end. But if there is something that I am talking about and you want more clarity on it, I don't mind. We'll dive deeper in it. I have been doing this type of lead generation, contact creation for the last 15 years. I believe in not only meeting my goals, but exceeding my goals and then setting goals that are just outside of my reach. I firmly believe that whatever I do easy is not enough. So it should be simple. It should not be easy. So currently, just so that you know my parameters, currently I look to grow my real estate agency by 1,000 agents by the end of 2021. I look to grow my transactions by 200 transactions this year, right? So we did 100 and I don't want to speak in hyperbole. We did about 150 transactions this year during the pandemic, losing agents, et cetera, et cetera. There's about 10 to 15 of us that have really been rocking and rolling. I want to do 450 to 500 transactions by the end of 2021. In order to do this, my daily production goal, this is the basis of this conversation. My daily production goal is 200 contacts a day from all sources with at least 100 new contacts daily. New contacts from any source. For sale by owner, expired, withdrawn, Facebook, Instagram, blah, 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 blah. I have the great benefit of not caring enough about my own feelings and my comfort level to reach out and talk to hundreds of strangers a day without fear of the repercussions. Is that fair? So we're at a basis there. Is that clear? Any questions about that? Some people usually ask me about time. How the hell do you make 200 contacts a day? How many hours do you work? Go ahead, Will. I see you.
Yeah, I'm an ISA and that's all I do all day. How the hell do you get 200 contacts a day? It's something me and Joe focus on. I think the most I've gotten in a day is like 35.
Okay. You only have one line going.
No, that's on a 3-line dialer for most of the time.
3-line dialer. Watch this. This is easy, and I'm glad Will asked me the question. What do you consider a contact?
Picking up the phone. So someone voice to voice. Someone picking up the phone.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so I consider anyone voice to voice, face to face, meaning FaceTime, the instant all of those video services, all of those are contacts. It creates the opportunity. Then we get into the text messages. If I send a text and they respond to me anyway, those are contacts as well. Instant message, direct message, semaphore, smoke signal, carrier pigeon, doesn't matter. If they respond to me, that's a contact. My live videos, if they watch my live video, those are all contacts as well, because I can communicate with them live. Any post that I do, if I put up a post of a kitten and, Catherine goes, oh, that's such a sweet kitten, and then I respond back to her and go, I know, right? It's got the cute little tail. That's a contact. Post, comment, response, contact. And then last but not least, any inbound contacts that are made based on posts or calls or anything like that, and people calling me back, by the end of the day, those are all counted as contacts. So on average, if I count all of them, if I just counted my phone contacts, I'm at about 60 to 80 contacts. Okay. I do not discriminate on my list. And part of the reason why most agents have a small contact return. This is something that you guys should write down. Part of the reasons that most agents have a small contact return is that they filter their list too early. So I only want to talk to people above 350. I only want to talk to people in these areas. I only want to talk to people of these, this type of property. You filter your list too early, it narrows the range. You're getting a high contact conversion ratio, but you will have a low contact number. All right. I literally call my entire list. If the list is in front of me, I'm chewing through that whole list every day. I don't care. I turn on the call hammer. The person answering the phone and tells me to go bleep myself is a contact. Okay. And that's every day. I know everyone ever says it's a numbers game, right? It's a numbers game. Here's the thing. It's a 90% no game for me. I need the 90% no. It's necessary in my life. Guys and gals, 90% no, 7% not yet, 1 to 3% yes.
Hey, Sekou, one of my very first coach said to me, you know what she said to me? She was like, Joe, do you know why, you did the amount of deals that you did or whatever? You know what you did, blank. And she was asking questions to me so I would self-discover the answer. But, you bail people out sometimes. She bailed me out and told me, she's like, you just have more conversations with more people.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So part of my contact conversion cement game is I imagine I'm walking into a room, 100% of the people in the room are eligible to be dated. They're 100% eligibility, right? You walk in the room, subconsciously, you cannot control this. Subconsciously, you subtract 30% of the room based on reasons. Their eyebrows are too close or too far apart. There's no way for you to control it. Your brain just starts subtracting. Then you walk past somebody and they smell like too much Paco Rabanne or too much this or too much that. And your brain goes, ooh, no, that's not for me. And another 30% of the room goes away. And then based on the colors of clothing and whatever, another 30% goes away. So there's 90% of the room is gone before you even get past the first question. All right. Then there's that 7%. Now, here's what's funny. We all have that 7%. The 7% is actually the goal. Hear me when I say this. The 7% not yet is actually the goal. The people I'm doing business with today, I met 30, 60, 90, 180 days ago. Okay? The people I'm currently doing business with, listing, selling, tenant, landlord, investor, agent, the people I'm talking to today, doing business with today, the seed was planted months ago. So my 7% not yet is probably 90% of my business. Okay? The second biggest transgression that most agents, most of us do, and I myself included, is I spend all of my time and energy looking for the chicken in the pot, looking for today business. Today business only pays you today. And here's the funny thing. You can write this down if you're taking notes. Amanda, somebody will take this note from you or pass this to you later because you're driving. Don't write while you're driving. If they're ready to go today, chances are they're absolutely lunatics. If they need you right now, right, chances are they are insane. Oh, you know what? Yeah, come on over, man. I need an agent. I don't want to pay a commission, and I don't want to pay more than $100,000 for that $1 million property. Like, they're freaking lunatics. All right? They have what is called unreasonable expectations. We're still going to help them. We're still going to deal with them. Obviously, you're not going to turn them away. I call them the unintended consequence of future business. Today business is the unintended consequence of future business. Right? So if you're taking there you go, Gil. Right?
Sekou, slower.
Their parents might say the same thing, Sekou.
It is the unintended. So today business is the unintended consequence of future business. All right? If you're taking notes, write this down. My mission is to do business on this scale, right? I'm gonna put X algebra. My mission is to do business on X scale. My job is to generate a pipeline. My mission is to do business on X scale. I want to do 100 deals. I want to do 24 deals. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to make $1 million. My job is to generate a pipeline. Okay? I'm going to generate a pipeline, and I'm going to do that every day. So in the beginning, if you're newer in the business, I don't know how many people are newer in the business. If you're newer in the business, yes, it's going to be a few weeks, months, years. Thank you. It's going to be a few weeks, months, years before the train is chugging along. However, the difficult work is getting that train started. You use up the most energy getting the train started, right? You build up momentum, and then, man, it's easy. It's not easy. It's simple. Because all you got to do is keep the train fed, right, with fire or coal or whatever it is you're doing, and it's going to keep moving. So my schedule for contacts and conversions is very simple. The morning, every single morning, there's maybe 2 or 3 people that hung up on me the day before. They get the call first. Very first thing in the morning, people who hung up on me, Bridget, I see that look on your face, right? Yeah, listen, you hang up on me the day before, I call you back. Swear to goodness, this is the exact script that I use. Hi, this is Sekou. I'm with the DeVoe Group over here at eXp Realty. We spoke very briefly yesterday, and I'm wondering, did I catch it at a better time today? And then I do the most important sales technique you could possibly do. This is the most important script in the world. You ready? STFU. Shut up. So, hey, this is Sekou. We spoke very briefly yesterday. I'm wondering, did I catch it at a better time today? There is a line in The Art of War, Sun Tzu. It's very deep and very, very philosophical. There's a line in The Art of War where they talk about 2 samurais meeting on the field of battle, sword in hand, and they sit there and say nothing. And they stare at each other, looking deep into each other's eyes. And the first person to speak or move loses that first battle, the battle of the mind. So when I get on the call, first calls of the day, I get up. Hi, this is Sekou. We spoke very briefly yesterday. I just got one quick question for you before you hang up. And then I shut up. What do you think happens when I do that? Right now, you guys are wondering what the hell the next question is, right? Think about how difficult it is for that person that doesn't know that I'm doing a sales technique. They're like, what do you want to know? And then I just smile. What do you do if the place doesn't sell? And then I shut up again. About maybe 6 out of 10 times, I set my first appointment out of those 3 or 4 people that hung up on me the day before. Okay? Second thing that I do, as I put it on a schedule, I don't even think about it anymore. I send out at least 25 gratitude texts. So my gratitude texts are very simple. If you've ever coached with me before, it is the exact same thing. I don't change anything. I'm very boring when it comes down to this. My gratitude text is simple. Ready? I'm going to say this kind of fast in an attempt to stay in speed. Thank you for your support and for trusting me with all your real estate needs. Period. Send. Thank you for your support and for trusting me with all of your real estate needs. Boop. Send. Will is like, do you put their name? Do you put your name? Do you add your video? Nope. Thank you for your support and for trusting me with all of your real estate needs. If you're taking notes, write this down. The most powerful connection you can make with someone is an educational connection. The most powerful connection you can make with someone is an educational connection, student to teacher. Guess which one you are in that scenario? Anybody. All right, I'll answer for you. You're the student. That's right. You're the student. So listen, this is called the corrective technique. All right, this is a pattern. If I say to Derek, hey, Derek, I'm not going to say his name. I'm going to send a message from my, Derek, you're on the West Coast? That's okay.
Yeah. West
Yeah,
Coast.
you're on the West
That's
Coast.
why I'm slow.
So-
yeah.
So I send you a message at 8 o'clock in the morning. Hey, thank you for your support and for trusting me with all your real estate needs from a 646 cell phone area code. You can be like,
It
who
means
the
it's
hell is
5
this?
a.m. here.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, who the? You're gonna have a few choice words for me, right? Now, if Derek is the way that I think that I am, my phone is off until I get up, and then they all start coming in at the same time, right? But what'll happen if there's no name? It's just a 646 area code, and it says, "Thank you for your support and for trusting me with all your real estate needs." Well, one of two things is gonna happen. He's either gonna ignore it, or he's gonna respond. You know what no one does? Deletes it. Not one person in the entire universe is going to delete that text message. Then maybe 2 days later, it's not even immediate. 2 days later, he's going to be like, who is this? That is called the corrective technique, right? If he responds immediately, chances are he's going to be like, dude, who is this? Right? In order to figure out if this is it. Did you watch this? Did you mean to send this to me? Right? Let's say he knew me and my name was in his phone. Dude, are you okay? Are you getting out of the business? Right? It is a way for him to lean in. I've taken the risk and he's leaning in back. It's called the corrective technique, not because he's correcting me, but because it's an education. I don't think you meant to send this to me. That's educating me. Dude, you sent this to the wrong person. That's educating me. He might say, we haven't done any deals yet. It's educating me. Okay? So the idea is this. All I want to do is create further communication. Right? Ebony, if I sent you that message, there was no name on it, and I sent you that message, 9 out of 10 times, even if it's negative, you're going to be like, who the hell is this? That's when you can go in with it. It's Sekou, it's your realtor or something like that. The reason I don't add anyone's name is because it creates further communication. So I go, people who hung up on me yesterday, at least 25 gratitude texts. I go through my entire phone book every year. So even if we don't talk about anything else, at least once a year, you get a text from me that says, hey, thank you for your support and for trusting me. That's my absolute lowest contact rate campaign. There you go. Then the third thing that I do every single morning is call all of the new for sale by owners, expireds, and withdrawns. I've done this religiously for the last 15 years. Every workday, I call all of the new, all, meaning even those shitty $45,000 condo co-ops that couldn't sell because they're in the back end, the corner of the set, they get a call from me too. Right? I don't mean to offend, right? But I will risk making you angry, right? I call the whole list. I've done some of my biggest deal calling $750 studio apartments for rents on the corner of First and whatever. Done some of my biggest deals as a result of those. So I call all. listen to the language, all of the new for sale by owners, the new expireds, and I call withdrawns. Now, locally, your broker, your team leader, your whatever, locally, they may shut you down on that. That might be something that they say, that's no good. You can't call it withdrawns. I didn't give you this caveat, guys, because I wanted to speak about it in real time. I always risk making you angry. Okay, there you go. Right? If it's not on the MLS anymore, I'm calling you. And write this down. I make the prospect tell me to go away. So if Derek has a listing, if he withdraws a listing for any reason, right? I'm calling that person and having them justify the withdrawal. It's what I am. It's who I am. I'm a contact monster. Okay. Then after that, I call as many. So the first one is I call all the new for sale by owners, withdrawals, and expireds. And then I go backwards in time, starting with yesterday, going backwards, call as many for sale by owners, expireds, and withdrawn from the past. So from old. So starting with yesterday, backwards. Okay. And I usually do that for my last maybe hour, maybe 45 minutes, 50 minutes, because then I have one last set of calls that I make in the morning. And those are pending follow-up calls created from cold calls. Right? So these are not follow-up calls with my clients, my customers, my listings, and things like that. These are pending follow-up calls. I called Derek 2 weeks ago. He told me to call him in a month. I take that time, split it in half, call him in 2 weeks. I'm going to take the last 10 to 15 to 20 minutes of my day, depending on what it is, of my lead generating day. And I'm going to call Derek back and I'll be like, hey, you know what? We spoke a few weeks ago. I was thinking about what you said to me. I'm wondering, question, justify your status. Is that fair? Okay. Before we get into more questions and answers, any pushback or anything like that, Sekou, it doesn't work like that over here, whatever. All right? We're cool? Cool. I don't get any objections. Let me say that again. I don't get any objections. I never get objections. Anybody got pushback on that? Who else can say that? Can anyone else say that?
Yeah, what are you talking about, dude? Of course.
How is that possible?
My mother.
How is that possible? How can you not get objections? Will is like, fuck you. You get objections, you motherfucker, right?
Yeah.
I don't get objections. All I get is great questions about my presentation. That's it. So I get to the point, hey, this is Sekou. I'm calling about the home for sales. It's the owner. I'm glad I got you on the phone. Listen, I'm doing a survey of all the for sale by owners in the area. Just wondering, if you sold the home, where would you go next? I don't need a realtor. I'm all set. That's just a great question around that presentation part. That's an icebreaker. That's a throwaway question. I haven't even really asked them anything important yet. Okay, that's awesome. You're all set. Good. So then this will be really, really easy. If you sell a home, where are you going next? What's it to you? Why do you care where I'm going? But you know what? What's it to me? I only work with the most motivated buyers and sellers. If I help you find a place in less time or for less money, that would benefit you, wouldn't it? Yeah. So where you going? I want you to write this down. Everyone gives you no in the beginning. Everyone gives you no in the beginning. If you just ask one more question, any question, your chance of success goes up 80%. Everyone is no in the beginning. If you just ask one more question, any question, your chances of success goes up 80%. Jill is looking at me with the squint eyes. She's like, I don't know if that's true. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. Jill, do you ever go to a store where there's a greeter in the front?
I will tell you exactly what I was thinking in my brain, and Joe knows this because we've talked. I was those foosball people. I did sell my own house, and I had the U's calling me all the time.
Yes!
I just wanted to do it myself, and I did.
So watch this. Jill. Watch this. What would happen when I met you, right? Because that's what this is. This is a meeting and a presentation. Hi, this is Sekou. I'm calling about the home for sales. It's the owner. Yes, this is. I'm doing a survey of all the for sale by owners in the area. Just wondering, if you sold this home, where would you go next? I don't need a realtor. I've got this. Okay, that's great. If you sell a home, where would you go next? What are you talking about? Well, when you sell, you do need to buy, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'd love to represent you on the buy side. If you sell a home, where are you going next?
Down the shore.
You're going down the shore? Awesome. I've got great agents down there. How soon did you want to be? I'm just going to have the conversation with her from the buyer perspective. Then when it gets to the question, and it's coming, you know it's coming, why did you decide to sell on your own rather than list with a real estate agent? She would say,
My neighbor did.
because your neighbor did. Is that really why you're doing it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And by your neighbor doing that, how much did they leave on the table?
I don't know.
That's an interesting question. Let me ask you this. Is that the only reason why you're doing this yourself?
Because I wanted to make the money myself. I guess.
Okay.
Save the money.
Okay, save the money. That's
Now
I mean, that's
on this
reasonable.
side, I see the other side, but at the time,
You don't have to stop. Wait, hold on. Let's keep going because I want to show you all that this is not an objection. I feel that way.
Keep going. Don't stop.
Yeah, so it's saving the money. That's important. That's important to you. It certainly is important to me. Would making more money interest you?
yes.
So why don't we do this? Let's take commission off the table for a second. Let's forget about me getting paid. Let's sit down for a few minutes and discuss a few strategies on how to make you some more money. Would that interest you?
Yes.
When's a good time, today or tomorrow?
No one said that to me the way you did. And had they, I probably would have had you over.
There you go. And so understand this. I want you to write this down. My goal is not for the listing. I already don't have the listing. I don't care about the listing. I don't care about the sale. This is my goal for every single call. Ready? I just want to see if it makes sense. Oh, that's how listen, every time I say that, I want that from now on. I just want to see if it makes sense for us to work together. There's my goal. By the way, Will, that's awesome for ISA work. I just want to see if it makes sense for us to work together. Or you just want to take my listing? I don't know if I want your listing. I'm not sure that your motivation matches my ability. I just want to see if it makes sense for us to work together. It's burned in my brain, Eb. I'm going to tell you now that every time someone gives me resistance, oh, no, I get it. You want to save on the commission. I just want to see if it makes sense for us to work together. So that's my constant. And I might say it in different ways or whatever, but I will not, I'm not saying but, I will not give up on an appointment just because of some silly obstruction, some silly objection. All right, fair enough? All right, so that being the case, I am highly scripted. I read the script every single time I am on my calls. My script book is nearby. I have dozens of scripts, and it is bookmarked right to the for sale by owner script, expired script, every single time. Hi, this is Sekou. I'm calling about the home you have for sale. Is this the owner? Listen, I'm doing a survey of all the properties in the area. Every single time. Yes, I've done it thousands of times, Jill. Yes, I do know the scripts by heart. I don't want to think that much. What I want to do is I want to use a system of listening. That's what it is. My scripts are a system of listening. My scripts are a system of listening. So by asking the same questions every single time, listening to the answers, I can then incrementally move the pieces along the board. Anybody a yoga person? I got any yoga people online? I got a bunch of yoga people online. The very first day, could you do that scorpion where you put your foot over your head? Absolutely not. And it's probably, if I asked you to do it day one, you probably would never come back to yoga, right? So
I have
it
a
is.
quick question.
Please shoot, Amanda.
Sorry. So I like that script that you just said with the for sale by owners. What if the for sale by owner is outlandishly overpriced? What is your script that you use with that?
All the for sale by owners are outlandishly overpriced. All of them. So I use the exact same script no matter what. All of them are outlandishly overpriced. All of them, Jill included, left money on the table. If they sold on their own, if they sold 3 properties on their own, all of them have left money on the table. And I'll let me do this, Joe, if you don't mind. This is absolutely my favorite thing to talk about is reality. Jill, I'm gonna focus on you again because you are admitted, you're a self seller anonymous, right? So, Jill, if you would. Hi. So I appreciate that, and I appreciate that you want to save some money, and you're a little resistant to talking to me because you don't see necessarily how I could make you more money. Am I right about that?
Yes.
Okay. If you don't mind, I'm gonna risk making you a little angry. Okay. I wait for the answer, Samurai. Right?
Okay.
Yes. If you were buying a home, right, and I'm assuming you are going to either buy something or rent something. If you were buying a home, and you saw a for sale by owner, and it was beautiful, right? Would you ever offer full price for it?
No.
No. What would be a good discount?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're
Well, I
stumping
mean,
me
you would.
right now. You're stumping me because I did sell mine for what I priced it at, and it was higher than what it should have been. So-
Jill, I appreciate that. If you were buying the house, would
What
you
would I-
ever offer full price for it?
No, I'd probably start at like, I don't know, 20,000 less.
20,000
That's
less.
fair. I don't know.
That's right. And you know that they're saving at least $5,000, right? If they're selling on it, in the very least $5,000. So that's $25,000 off of asking. And reasonably, that is something that you would expect when you're dealing with a for sale by owner, correct?
Correct.
How many more people do you think are out there thinking exactly like you? So let me ask you this question. If I was to earn you just $5,000 more than you could get on your own, would it be worth it?
Sure.
Awesome. When's a good time for us to get together?
Today.
So understand, Amanda, that they're all either overpriced or high or whatever. Their expectation is here. If their idea is that they're going to save money by doing it themselves, they're absolutely correct. My question is, if you made more money, would it make sense for you to work with me? Is your goal, so this is questions, is your goal to save money or would you like to make more money?
I like that.
And then
Thank you.
Yep. And then look, the most important script in the world, STFU. Right? Here's the thing. 90% no. So Jill, which is why I stopped her, because I wanted her to know that it doesn't work all the time. I got a 7 to 10% success rate. I expect you to turn me down, Jill. I am looking, write this down, I am looking for ways to disqualify my contacts. Jill, it looks like you're an excellent price. You know, I mean, you're a skosh on the high side, right? But if your goal is just to sell it yourself, I'll offer whatever help I can do in order to get you sold on your own. Why don't we do this? What if we built in a condition on the contract that says that if you bring the buyer yourself, then you owe me nothing. Right? So if the idea is to build a business and the worst thing is that they're selling on their own at or around market price, get in on the game. How can I help you to grow? So now watch this. I'm at the 50-minute mark, right? So watch this. Hey, Derek, right? You're trying to sell this house on your own. Am I correct?
Yeah.
It sounds like you've got all your ducks in a row. It sounds like you know what you're doing. You've sold a house before. Your neighbor sold their house or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, is that the only reason why you're not working with a professional, because your neighbor sold on their own?
I had a bad experience.
You did. You had a bad experience. And so in having a bad experience, believe me, I understand. I work with real estate agents every day. Those bad experiences are out there. In having that bad experience, you decided to take on the task yourself.
Yeah,
Correct?
I don't see it's not that hard. Yeah, I think I can do it myself.
It's not that hard. You think you could do it yourself. Derek, I can appreciate that. Do you mind if I risk making you a little angry?
Sure.
Okay. Derek, how much are you spending on marketing for your property?
Oh, I don't need to market it. I just put it on the internet.
Does anything else that you know that sells for $500,000? Does anything else that you know sell right off of the internet based on that?
My neighbor sold his house. He just put it on the internet.
He just put it on the internet and sold his house. How much did he leave on the table?
I don't know.
You don't know. So why don't we do this as a pro? Just man to man here. How much more do you think how much more do you think you could earn if I introduced your property to the rest of the world?
Probably more. But then I got to pay you.
Well, let's see this. If I earned you more money, if you netted more money, would it matter how much you paid me?
Probably not. No.
Probably not. So why don't we do this? Why don't we just get together, discuss a few strategies, and if it makes sense, we'll move forward together. If not, you'll have a few more strategies that you can use yourself. What do you have to lose?
Sounds good.
Okay, when's a
Come
good
on
time?
over.
So we'll do that. Hey, and by the way, ladies and gentlemen, I ain't coming over anybody's property. I'm virtually coming into their property just like this. We're gonna meet by VR, satellite, internet, Zoom, whatever, FaceTime. We're gonna go through the property, and then if we come to an agreement, I'll come over with my photographer and we'll take pictures, et cetera, et cetera. Somebody push back on that. I see Bridget like, what? Okay. Right? So, Jill, you're a for sale by owner, and I said I'm not coming to your house until after we come to an agreement. What are you going to say?
Sure.
You're saying sure. Because she don't want me in the place. She don't want me bringing virus with me or whatever, et cetera. This is post-pandemic, but I'm going to be honest with you. I was at such a high volume on sales that I had to, listen to my language, I had to have them meet me at my office. I did not have the time to go to each person's property. Right? So it was at a point where my business I was selling so rapidly, right, that they had to meet me at my office in order for me to have the kind of time. So watch this. Based on my minimums, right? Listen to my carefully. So I might have missed some deals. Based on my minimums, they had to meet me at my office. Based on my minimums now, we have to meet virtually first. Okay? It's not the same for everybody. This is a Sekouism. Christina's like, I don't know if I'm going to meet virtually first. Wait a minute. I don't know. Here's the key. The key is this. If you create the expectation, right? If you give them a script, they will read the script. Period. Whether they agree with it or disagree with it, human beings cannot help it. Our brains are designed to solve problems. So if I give you a problem to solve, your brain subconsciously will race to solve the problem, whether you agree or disagree. I'm going to ask a socially inappropriate question to ask, and I'm going to tell you not to think of the answer. You will not be able to help it. And Lord, please don't say it out loud. What color are your underwear? Now, it's a socially inappropriate question. You definitely don't want to say that. And some of y'all are at home and they're like, underwear. Same as my hat, right? But your brain can't help but thinking of the answer. So, last little piece of this before I say question and answer is, if I had my way, I would make sure that all of you were know-nothing agents. I want you to be know-nothing agents. I want you to write this down. Customize your experience with each prospect. Customize your experience with each prospect. Kobe Bryant arguably was one of the most proficient, prolific basketball players in the world. I said Kobe especially because y'all West Coast folks, right? Kobe Bryant was a mediocre player for years. Mediocre player for years.
Been work from home. Before I hated these, I was not focused.
Tata, you talking to me? Is that Tyra? Tyra? Right? I love your profile picture, by the way. Kobe Bryant was a mediocre player for years. And according to Steve Stout, who knew him very well, only became the best when he embraced his imperfections.
Really?
He embraced his imperfections by practicing. Okay? So listen to me very carefully. Right? You all are becoming the best in the universe. Embrace your imperfections by practicing. Practice your presentation. Practice your tonality. Practice your pacing and leaning. Practice. And if you want to be the best and customize the experience for your customers and clients, you will practice, Bridget, you will practice questions. Practice asking questions. Be the samurai ninja, super soldier, Captain America, Captain Marvel of questions. Catherine, hi, very nice to meet you. Listen, I'm walking into this place. This place looks absolutely amazing. I don't think we'll have any trouble selling this home. Do you?
Oh, my house is gorgeous. You should be able to sell it in a day.
I've just listed her property. You hear what I'm saying? That's the first question I asked her walking through the door, and now she's already owning me. Yeah, you're right. You shouldn't have any problems. You should sell it in one day after you list it. Right? So write this down. Ready? It is the simple, stupid question that no one is asking. It is the simple, stupid question that no one is asking. It is the simple, stupid question that no one is asking. Watch this question. Hey, Catherine, how long have you lived at this place?
20 years.
20 years. You are one of the veterans in this property. So let me ask you, what stage of the game were you in when you first saw this place?
When I first saw it, I hated it, and I made a lot of changes and renovations. So now I made it perfect for me.
Wow. So the first thing that you did when you moved in was do a bunch of changes and renovations.
Yeah.
Wow. What was the first thing you changed?
The kitchen.
The kitchen. It looks beautiful.
Thank
right?
you.
So what am I doing? I'm creating a roadmap for the new person that might move in and change her 25-year or 20-year-old kitchen.
Yep.
That she is in love with, by the way, and she sees it as top value, right? It is. Yep. It probably is, Catherine. Believe me, the older kitchens are the better kitchens for me as far as I'm concerned, right? But you see what I'm saying? It is the simple, stupid question that no one is asking. Okay? What's the first thing you thought when you walked into this place? The very first time you walked into this place was the first thing. I like it, but okay. Boom. Whatever. I'm sorry, Catherine. I didn't mean to cut you off. But, right? So we're there at this meeting. So if you want to be better, ask better questions. You want more business, ask more questions. You want bigger business, ask big questions. But be a super ninja camouflage soldier of question asking. That's my presentation. Questions.
Dude, thank you, man. Thanks for doing that. That was awesome. Can you real quick tell us what Appointment Academy is and when the next one is?
No doubt. So I do a 5-day workshop where we take a single day in the life of a 200 deal producing agent and deconstruct it over 5 days. So each day is a different hour of the day, right? What we do is we lead generate together. We deconstruct any so-called objections that you get, handle those objections. I can pitch coach with you. We go over scripts. We go over tempo. We create mission statements and goal setting. And by the end of the week, you will have set so many appointments that your business will be on a trajectory. And hopefully we will have created a habit at the Appointment Academy that you'll be able to carry on year after year, quarter after quarter, et cetera, et cetera. It is a 5-day workshop, 8 a.m. Well, this next one is January 18th through the 22nd. I actually did, ready for this? I set it up for the West Coast agents. So we won't be starting as early as we normally would be. It's a 7 a.m. start for you guys where we go over a bit of theory, a bit of practice, et cetera, et cetera. 8 a.m. you're on the phones. We go 45 to 50 minutes worth of calls and actions, and then another 10 minutes of deconstruction. Then we go back to the phones. We attempt to call at least 45 to 50 minutes and then deconstruct. Each time we're building further and further along the way, your skill set, et cetera, et cetera. We are including content creation for your social media, et cetera, et cetera. we are including goal setting and business models, and we do it from the 0 to 60 format, meaning 0 cost leads to the most expensive leads you could possibly do, which are per-click leads, pay-per-click leads.
Cool.
That's
so,
it.
Guys, by the way, he was not even going to plug his own.
No, I'm not here to sell you something. I'm here to work with you guys.
Dude, where can we get, I just know you and I know you do this and I know it's sick. All these people are going, no, do you think Sekou will take my call? Right. So like, here's the thing, you guys, he does a prospecting boot camp. I don't know about you guys, but I'm fired up just from, I get psyched when he takes my phone call or texts me, but I'm fired up right now. And you get to spend a week or whatever it is, 5 days, he just said, with Sekou. And this is a dude who really just thrives off of helping other people just kind of create. And the cool part is Sekou taught me that there's enough business for everybody.
Everyone
taught me that. So,
dude, and then coming over, I'm going to interrupt you, Joe.
Yeah.
In coming, people ask me, okay, say you had this big business, you cap every year at Keller Williams, you do this, you that. Why'd you move to EXP? It is for that reason that Joe is talking about. I sat at the table with gajillionaires who are doing 500, 600, 1,000 deals a year, and they was just telling me what to do to do 1,000 deals a year. I thought I was sneaking information, like Dan Beer is telling me his secrets, and he was like, "Dude, here, hold on, you spelled that wrong. Let me write that down for you." So that's exactly, that collaboration is exactly why I do what I do.
Dude, it's 100%, man. There's a couple other things. Are you still doing your Wednesday?
Yes.
Tell me about that, please.
So every Wednesday for free, we get together and we make 10,000 contacts in 2 hours.
Crazy.
Right? So collectively, as a collaborative, we make 10,000 contacts in 2 hours. It's 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on the East Coast. So my math, she's not so good.
They can do the math, dude. They can do the math.
Right. Yeah. So it's 2 hours on my Facebook. So here's what you got to do. You ready? You want to be a part of this? You got to find me and friend me on Facebook. It's the exact same name right there, Sekou Pyle, right? You may or may not recognize it because I'm hiding behind my daughter, one of my daughters on the profile pic, right? It's from my personal page. We get together. I do a Zoom call. Oh, no, it's not a Zoom call. I'm sorry. It's a StreamYard call that you can jump on with me. I put the tag in the description there. You could jump on. Joe, I'm not as excited about 10K Wednesday as I am about the super ultra mega open house that we do every Friday.
Jesus. What is that?
So every Friday, 9 a.m. your time, 12 p.m. my time, every Friday across the country, virtually, we do an open house, a virtual open house. We invite agents to showcase the properties nearby them. The only requirement is that you get a local lender or a title company or an attorney to sponsor that property. It's a $200 sponsorship for that property. Now imagine, we had 43,000 people watch last week's Super Mega Virtual Open House. So what kind of reach can you get for 5 minutes of your Super Mega Virtual Open House? The sponsor will get all kinds of attention. The property gets all kinds of attention. And 3 more things to just break down. I'm sorry, I'm running over time, Joe. If you invite for sale by owners to watch you do that Super Mega Virtual Open House and ask them to count how many people came to it, it becomes
that's a marketing piece, man. That's a huge marketing piece if you're a listing agent, dude. And if you're in Los Angeles or you're in wherever you're in these high-end markets, you're like, dude, that's all. And by the way, Will Hickey, whoever's listening, like, what's the number one rebuttal? We're not going. We have 4 minutes. We start on time and we end on time, so we will end on time. But the number one, dude, what's the rebuttal? It's like, dude, I can't find a house. I don't know where to go. Blah 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 blah. Be like, well, yeah, well, you're real. Like, and then. Also, where are we going in the high-end price point with coronavirus and all this? People are moving around, and we can get in front of a lot of different people. So for your listing appointments, you throw this stuff in there. Like, no one else is doing this stuff, man. I forgot about that. How long? And we do have 3 minutes. We will end on time. By the way, you guys, if you need, I took a ton of notes. If you guys, and our admin took a ton of notes. So if you guys want it, you can email admin@joeosgroup.com. We'll get you our notes. We'll share them with you. If you're
I spelled my name wrong.
they're going to be popped into our training Slack, so you'll have them as well. But how long have you been doing Super Mega?
So we started at the Last Appointment Academy, right? That was December 15th, I think, that we did our first one. Since then, there's been over 130,000 views of our Super Mega Virtuals.
Dude, that's crazy, man. All right, well, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna name one. I'm gonna get 3 ahas. We're gonna wrap this up. I think Sekou gave you guys a lot of different places for you guys to find him. I love where you kind of, dude. No, my favorite part was you said there's 90%, 7%, and 3%.
Yes, sir.
7% is the actual goal, man. That was huge.
Yeah.
For me.
Pipeline. Your grandma. You could have a list of grandmas. You could have collected all the grandmas in the world, and 90% of them will be like, "Baby, I can't use your services right now."
Somebody else, Will Hickey, give me an aha.
I would say that was one of them, but my job is to generate a pipeline. We talk all the time about like my role is putting people on the playing field, developing relationships with people. That's what I tell people we're different. We're about looking for opportunities and getting into relationship with people. So my job is to generate a pipeline. Stuck out huge for me. Also, everyone is a no in the beginning. If you ask just one more question, the chances go up 80%. And that's one thing I've been focusing on this weekend. Like, in order to get the motivation, in order to get the relationship, to get the appointment, you have to ask questions. So that's
sir.
Cool. All right, we're gonna wrap it up there, guys. This has been recorded. It'll be on the Joe Oz YouTube channel. And Sekou, I love you, brother. Thanks for doing this today.
Dude, I love you too, man. Later, alligator.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sekou. That was great.
Thank you.